So friends, as you have seen so far, the devastation of the R virus has pushed the world into the darkness of the Nirvana era, where there is nothing but the terror of ferocious monsters everywhere. In this ruthless world, our hero Luo Feng is fighting a battle to become a warrior. The situation took a turn when the city was attacked by the terrifying S-level Golden Eagle. That sight ignited a fire within Luo Feng. Facing poverty and the cheap conspiracies of Zhang Haobai, he took the trainee practitioner exam and stunned everyone with a punch of 1100 kg. However, the limits of enmity were crossed when Haobai insulted Luo Feng's father. Fighting for his family's honor, Luo Feng was sent to jail under a deep conspiracy. In that narrow prison cell, Luo Feng is about to face the world's most brutal criminal, Jiang Zhenxi. But even in this suffocating darkness, Luo Feng is not giving up. He is awakening the mysterious technique of Wujing cultivation, through which the power of the universe is merging into every fiber of his being. But just as Luo Feng nears success, a terrifying dark aura suddenly breaks upon him. However, by the time Luo Feng looks for it, that aura has already vanished. He tried hard to find the source of that power but failed. Later, while eating, Luo Feng finally realized who possessed that dark aura. Shortly after, some prisoners moved toward Luo Feng to attack him. Luo Feng understands this and asks Jiang Zhenxi to step forward and face them. But Jiang Zhenxi first wanted to just watch. When Luo Feng defeats those prisoners, a new opponent appears before him. During the fight, something strange happens. Luo Feng feels sharp pain inside his body and loses consciousness. The scene shifts to Dong, who is investigating Shu Xin's recording. Then the scene returns to Luo Feng, who finally regains consciousness. He realizes that all his senses have become much sharper than before. He tries to use his power again and discovers that it is a very rare mental power. Still a bit confused, he decides to continue his training. Suddenly, Luo Feng's consciousness enters his own mind. There, he sees a golden ball and understands that this is his mental power. It seems the headache he was experiencing was because his body wasn't yet ready to handle such immense power. A while later, he meets Dong. Dong tells him he can go now, and that his warrior qualification is perfectly fine, because a witness has provided evidence proving Luo Feng's innocence. Dong also reveals that this attack was planned by Zhou Ya. They suspect someone is supporting Zhou Ya from behind. Luo Feng feels that person is Hao Bai. Dong then gives him a form sent by an acquaintance. On the other side, Hao Bai is furious because his plan failed. Zhou wants him to stop because if Luo Feng informs the security bureau, Hao Bai will be in huge trouble. Fearing this, Hao Bai goes to meet his uncle. His uncle tells him not to worry but orders him to stay home. The uncle is also angry with Jiang Zhenxi because he failed the mission. Back to Luo Feng. He asks who the witness was. Dong says the answer is in the form he gave him. The scene now shifts to the defense wall. While Luo Feng is looking at the form, Shu Xin arrives. Luo Feng realizes she was the witness and thanks her. Shu Xin says she helped because she is sure Luo Feng wouldn't attack anyone without reason. She knows he wants to become a warrior. She had seen his bravery when the Golden Eagle attacked the city. At that moment she understood that Luo Feng's destiny isn't just to stay within walls, but to help the whole world. She prays for his success. Moving the series forward, we now reach the Extreme Hall. Here, Luo Feng is training with instructor Jiang. Jiang praises Luo Feng's rapid progress, but Luo Feng is still not satisfied with his movements. Then instructor Jiang explains the 4 levels of practitioners: basic level, advanced level, perfect level, and full consciousness level. These all represent body techniques. Martial arts practitioners also have their ranks: warrior level, warlord level, and god of war level. Every level has 3 stages: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Although the God of War level is extremely powerful, it is very rare. Even in a large country like China, only 2 or 3 people are at this level. Suddenly, Jiang receives an order. He has to take Luo Feng to meet Director Zhu. The director discovers that Luo Feng has mastered Xiaqin cultivation. Now his punching power has reached 3110 kg. Because of this, the director offers him the chance to join the Extreme Hall. He is offered a villa, a starting salary of 20 million yuan, and 100 million yuan worth of equipment. Without a second thought, Luo Feng, he immediately signs the contract and officially joins the Extreme Hall. Instructor Jiang explains that Director Zhu is one of the hall's 3 directors and holds the rank of Senior General. The scene shifts to Luo Feng's house. He immediately takes his family to shift into their new home. His family can hardly believe it. Those who previously lived in a poor slum are now going to live in a luxury villa in the city. Seeing his family so happy brings Luo Feng great joy. Later, Luo Feng meets Zhou Ya. Zhou Ya apologizes and admits that he was the one who ordered the prisoners to attack. However, he reveals that the trouble involving Jiang Zhenxi was actually caused by Hao Bai and his uncle. Zhou Ya tries to offer money as an apology, but Luo Feng refuses to take it, saying he has already forgiven him. The next day, Luo Feng goes to take his final warrior exam. There he meets Wan Dong from the Thunder Hall. Wan Dong challenges him to a strength contest, but Luo Feng refuses. Yan Wu calms the angry Wan Dong down and reminds him that fighting there is against the rules. Additionally, Yan Wu congratulates Luo Feng on joining the Extreme Hall. Meanwhile, Hao Bai's uncle also arrives at the exam site. Still harboring enmity, he secretly hides a monster egg in the exam area to create trouble. The exam begins, and participants are told to enter the monster city. Their mission is to collect strategic materials and DNA samples from monsters. To prove their kills, they must also collect the monsters' ears. This exam is very difficult, and only 20% of students are expected to pass. During the test, Director Zhu watches Luo Feng closely. Suddenly, a golden crown eagle appears. Director Zhu is surprised because this is a Class D monster, but he doesn't stop the test because it is still young. Instead of running, Luo Feng decides to fight the large bird. After a tough battle, he wins. Some think he only won by luck, but Director Zhu realizes that Luo Feng had made a very smart plan. He had already placed a sword in a building and used it at the right time to cut the bird's legs. Finally, the results are announced. Wan Dong's score is higher than Luo Feng's, but it doesn't matter because both pass. Now both have become official practitioners. Luo Feng returns home, where his family is waiting for him. A few days later, a guide visits Luo Feng to explain the new life of a practitioner. Luo Feng asks him about spirit readers. The guide explains that these are very special talents of two types: material controllers, who can control objects, and others who perform mental attacks. Furthermore, these people grow much faster than normal practitioners. After this, Luo Feng looks at the shopping list for gear and is shocked by the high prices. The guide explains that he can buy the equipment one by one. Then Luo Feng spots a book written by Hong, the world's strongest practitioner and founder of the Extreme Hall. Since Luo Feng is a swordsman, he decides to buy the world's sharpest sword technique, the 9-stage Thunderblade. As soon as the shopping is finished, Chen Jiyu arrives to deliver his orders. This item was delivered personally because the Thunderblade is the world's top sword technique. The delivery team warns him never to sell or copy this technique. If he does, the Great Hall and the world's major nations will punish him. During this conversation, Chen Jiyu asks Luo Feng about the old trouble with Hao Bai. He mentions that Hao Bai's uncle Zhang Zehu came to talk to them about the matter. Chen Jiyu tells him not to worry, as the team will handle the problem. The scene shifts to the Extreme Hall, where Zhang Zehu comes to negotiate. He offers Luo Feng 5 million yuan to forget the past. Chen Jiyu laughs upon hearing such a small amount. He raises the price to 50 million yuan and demands that Hao Bai personally come and apologize to Luo Feng's father. Zhang Zehu agrees to pay the money but refuses to make Hao Bai apologize. Hearing their arrogant words, Luo Feng gets angry because they refuse to apologize to his father. Therefore, Luo Feng decides that the law will now punish Hao Bai. Frustrated, Zhang Zehu threatens him, saying he will soon reach the general level, but Luo Feng is not afraid at all. He thanks his seniors for helping with the negotiation. He then mentions that he didn't get any money from this deal and has spent all his savings on the Thunderblade. Hearing this, Chen Jiyu promises to give him a weapon. Just then, Wu Tong announces that Luo Feng has received permission to join the Firehammer team, and Chen Jiyu is the vice leader of this team. Chen Jiyu explains that general level missions are very dangerous. He warns Luo Feng that if he puts teammates in danger, he will be kicked out of the group. On the other side, burning with the fire of revenge, Zhang Zehu swears he will soon find a way to get rid of Luo Feng. Guys, that was our video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The next part will be coming very soon, guys. The upcoming episodes are going to be even more interesting and fun, so if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do it right now. Alright guys, see you in the next video.